It's Wednesday, June 27. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. Investigators from the Integrity Commission and the major organized anti-corruption agency, MOCA, yesterday raided the scandal-hit state-owned oil refinery, PetroJam, as investigations continues into the questionable activities at the company. The scandal, involving allegations of corruption and victimization at the state-run entity and questions surrounding the use of public funds, has snowballed in recent weeks, during which there has been outcry for the Prime Minister to act. In a joint statement, the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, and the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica on Monday called for a forensic audit of the refinery. Tempers flared in Parliament yesterday while parliamentary opposition tried to get answers about controversy surrounding PetroJam, led to boiling shouting matches during Tuesday afternoon's sitting of the House of Representatives. It all started when Peter Bunting, Member of Parliament for Manchester Central, sought to have the Energy Minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, answer questions on PetroJam, which he was due to respond to last week. Mr. Bunting's questions related to the upgrade of the vacuum distillation unit, the compensation packages for the human resources manager, donations made by PetroJam in 2017, funds advanced to the chairman of PetroJam for a trip to London, and a retainer paid by PetroJam to an entertainment company. However, Carl Samuda, leader of government business, informed the House they would not be answered on Tuesday.
A request, as I had previously stated, the request by the member from Central Manchester with respect to the question standing his name will not be answered today.
Mr. Bunting was not satisfied, which resulted in several heated exchanges with House Speaker Pernell Charles.
I'm getting that your question will be answered on the 3rd of June. I cannot entertain a debate on your questions.
No, Mr. Speaker.
I will not entertain a debate on your questions.
Mr. Speaker, I am standing in accordance with 17A1, and I would just ask you to refresh yourself on that, because it requires that the House be satisfied with the explanation. The House, not just the Speaker. And I would like to say, as is my right as a member elected to come here, that I am not satisfied with this explanation, and I will tell you why.
Mr. Bunting.
Mr. Speaker, please allow me, please. I have tried to give you
Mr.
all the
Bunting,
respect, but I think
I am not
it is
going
only
to,
fair.
I am not
no, Mr.
going
Speaker,
to.
I am not sitting. I am not sitting. It is only fair. Your responsibility as Speaker is to be fair and balanced in giving equal time to government and opposition in this House.
Have a seat.
And I am not. No, Mr. Speaker.
Mr.
No.
I'm standing.
No, Mr. Speaker. We're not sitting down. We're not sitting down. Because you're not being fair and balanced.
Mr. Bunting decided to take a stand against what he described as unfairness by the House Speaker, who believed he was not trying to remain neutral. He was then joined by the other members of the opposition, who were the picture of solidarity as they stood with him.
Our behavior here today is worse than it was the other day. Mr. Bunting, you have not listened to the Speaker.
Let the member speak. 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 Let the member speak.
Show me where in the standing order you're speaking from.
Let the member speak.
Show me where in the standing order you're speaking from.
Let the member speak.
Show me. I am ashamed of you all. I'm ashamed of your behavior.
Shame on you.
I'm ashamed of your behavior. And I want to disassociate myself from your behavior.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has intervened amid growing unrest in the public sector over outstanding wage matters. Some public sector workers have rejected the government's offer to increase travelling and motor vehicle upkeep allowances. The Finance Ministry on Monday offered a 5% increase in the upkeep allowance. There was no offer for mileage. The minister reportedly gave a commitment to make a more meaningful offer, while the ministry has requested a couple of days to consolidate a review. This has been granted. The national minimum wage is to be increased effective August 1. It will move from $6,200 per week to $7,000, a 12.9% improvement. The rate paid to industrial security guards will also be adjusted on that date. These rates will move from $8,854 to $9,700 per week, or $242.52 per hour. Labour Minister Shahini Robinson, who made the announcement during her contribution to the sectoral debate Tuesday afternoon, said that the increase represents a 9.6% hike for the security guards. The minimum wage was last increased on March 1, 2016. The House of Representatives yesterday agreed to further 3-month extension of the current state of emergency in the North St. Catherine Police Division. The state of public emergency was instituted on March 18 and was last extended from May 3 to July 3.
Since the declaration of the state of public emergency, the St. Catherine North Division has experienced a 26% reduction in incidents of both murders and shootings. For the period covering the 18th of March to the 18th of July, the division recorded 14 murders and 10 shootings. This, while still unacceptable, it is a significant reduction when compared with the 93-day figure prior to the state of public emergency declaration, when 53 murders and 38 shootings were committed.
Prior to the vote, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who piloted the resolution, agreed with a proposal from Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, to separate the resolution, extending the St. Catherine North state of emergency from the twin resolution, extending the St. James state of emergency, which expires on August 2.
We recognize that the St. Catherine situation, which expires on next week, will have to be treated differently. There are some who have deep concerns and they'll no doubt express them. But we are prepared to move on that. But on the other matter, having served notice before, we just can't come here and be told that we must do it.
Holness agreed to return to the St. James resolution during July, despite Parliament's annual summer break during the month. In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's based Caribbean Court of Justice, the PBCJ, has ruled that an amendment that barred presidents of the Republic of Guyana from serving more than 2 terms in office was a valid amendment to the Constitution. In the ruling handed down yesterday, the court said that after examining the historical background of the amendment to the Constitution of Guyana, it was noted that it was passed unanimously by the National Assembly during the administration of President Bart Jagdeo. The challenge to Act Number 17 of 2001 amended Chapter 90 of the Constitution to set presidential term limits and qualification for presidential candidates was made by a private citizen, Cedric Richardson, who challenged the amendment on the basis that he should have the right to choose whomsoever he wanted to be president. He also stated that the amendment disqualified Bart Jagdeo, who had previously served 2 terms as president, for running for office in the upcoming elections. In sports, President of the Jamaica Cycling Federation, Joylene Griffith, says the organization is struggling to generate $500,000 needed to host the national championship set for Ocho Rios this weekend. The national time trial is set to take place on Saturday from Bournemouth Bath to the Norman Manley Highway roundabout and back. The national championship on Sunday will run from Ocho Rios to Falmouth for the elite riders. The Masters course will be from Ocho Rios to Duncans, while the juniors will start in Ocho Rios and end at Discovery Bay. Both events, timed trial and championship, start at 8 a.m. And that's the news, but do stay with us. The weather report is next. This is PBCJ's weather report. Thanks so much for staying with us. Let's start with our local currents. In Kingston this afternoon, we're expecting warm temperatures set at just about 31 degrees Celsius with a forecast of sunny skies for today. The temperature is set to go down to just about 25 degrees Celsius when the sun sets at 6:33 p.m. Let's go over to the west, Montego Bay, St. James. Temperatures forecast for today between 24 and 30 degrees Celsius. We're seeing a forecast of cloudy conditions, but it should be predominantly sunny skies. The sun is set to go down at 6:33 p.m. though. And across the island, warm summer temperatures between 29 and 35 degrees Celsius. We're also seeing a forecast of possibility of rainfall over there in Negril, but it should be predominantly sunny skies across the island today. And tonight, we could be getting some rainfall in the eastern end of the island and over there in Negril as well. We're looking at clear skies for Montego Bay and over there in Ocho Rios, the Black River as well. Warm temperatures low between 24 and 26 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at our forecast for tomorrow across Jamaica. Temperatures between 29 and 34 degrees Celsius. Rainfall forecast for the eastern end of the island. We're looking at sunny skies in the northern parts and in the central parts of the island as well. We could be getting some scattered showers though over there in Maypen and over there in Negril. In our forecast for tomorrow, we're looking at the regional forecast. We're seeing temperatures between 28 and 36 degrees Celsius. There is a system affecting the Caribbean, so we're seeing a forecast of rainfall over there in Grenada, Santo Domingo, over there in Nassau, Bahamas as well. Sunny skies forecast for Atlanta. Let's go further afield to the United States, looking at our travel planner. If you're looking to go to Los Angeles, Miami, New York and Atlanta, we're looking at a possibility of showers, certain areas of Miami, New York and Atlanta. Sunny skies forecast for Los Angeles with a high temperature of 41 degrees Celsius maximum and a minimum temperatures for certain area down to just about 16 degrees Celsius. But we're looking at warm temperatures for Miami, New York and Atlanta as well. And that's it for the weather report. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the people's station.